Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Jones looking to throw it on the first play. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pick up on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones throwing deep for Galladay. It's caught at the 10. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Richie James from 6 yards away. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Fields on first down. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet. He's got room past the 30, and he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry now for David Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 down at the 31. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery. 28 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Jones is going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it at midfield. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he can't get away from Azeez Ojulari in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. Touchdown, Chicago! David Montgomery. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bears have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Bears 14, Giants 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing on second and long. Jones. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On first down, Fields escaping the pressure right. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second and goal, Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A final shot before break. Jones. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Back to Montgomery on second down. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Chicago.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Bears 21, Giants 7.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 61 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Montgomery, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now Montgomery running right, and he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. On 4th down, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep one with the clock running down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Now it's Fields. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing Jones. This is caught. Touchdown Giants. Richie James. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Meanwhile, Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. On first down, it's Fields. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Back to throw. Fields. They'll roll him out right. Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinator's probably scratching their... Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Now on comes the Bears offense as he'll be called in to go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jones. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. All eyes on Fields. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Fields. Quick slant finding Claypool. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Here's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare. Got so many